Well, it is officially happening. Americans have simply stopped making payments. This is turning into a massive issue. But the issue that we are currently facing with people not making payments, this is going to balloon up. This is going to actually snowball and create more and more problems. And I'm going to explain exactly what those problems are going to look like in the coming months. But let me break this down, explain what is going on, and show you the report that came out just recently and how this report is actually scaring lenders. So, if you currently have any type of loans, whether it's a car loan, a home loan, you have credit cards, student loan, medical debt, you need to watch this video because this video is going to open up your eyes for what's coming. So, look at this. It says, this is an article from Forbes. It says they're skipping car payments. That's the final warning sign. Okay, what does this mean? Well, here's what I can tell you, and then we'll read a little bit of the article. First off, people stop making payments on their cars as one of the last resorts. Okay? Because people need a car to get their kids back and forth to and from school. They need their car to get to and from work. They need their car to get to the grocery store and just to run other errands. So a car is one of the most important things that a person could have. Granted, they don't need a car payment of $800 or $1,000 a month, but they do need some type of transportation if they're not using public transportation like buses and subways and things like that. But here's the scary part. We are seeing people are not making payments on their cars. They're skipping payments. The last thing people skip, the last thing people stop making payments on is their home. That's a necessity. So the home is the last thing. A car is the second to last thing, which means Americans have already stopped making payments on credit cards, on student loan debt, on medical bills, on utility payments, on RVs and side-by-sides and jet skis and boats and just other loans. They have simply stopped. That's a problem. I want to read a little of this article and then explain how this is going to kind of snowball into a bigger crisis.
All right, let's get into it, man. And we're going to show multiple clips. There's going to be multiple clips I'm going to show in this particular video that people are hurt, man. There's a lot of people out here losing jobs. There's a lot of people just can't afford the high price of cars. You got high insurance. And that's not, see, that's the problem with getting a lot of people with having a car. A lot of people can afford the car payment. But just because I got a speeding ticket or I had an accident, now my insurance is $700-800 a month. That's ridiculous, man. It's too much. You know what I mean? Who pays $700-800 a month for insurance? I don't see if you had 12 accidents, but just because I made a mistake or two, why are my insurance payments is more than people are losing jobs, hours are getting cut. It's higher than the rate of it's going up. It was going up higher than the rate of people income, man. You know what I mean? In certain states, this was puzzling me a few months ago, where $7.25 is still the minimum wage in certain states, bro. The federal minimum wage in certain states. I'm like, who the hell can live off $7.25? 40-hour work week, that's only $280 or something like that. Who can live off that? You can't even a week. If you break that down, that's a level of $1,000 a month. You can't even afford a place to stay. The average one bedroom now is $1,200 easily. You know what I mean? That's in the slums. That's in the rat and roach infested. So if people don't stop making their car payments, it's because a lot of them can't afford it, man. Car payments $800-900, $1,200, $1,000 right now. And now on top of that, you got gas is high, you got food is high. People is trying to provide for their family. They can't do this over illustrious lifestyle. They can't live like that anymore. You know what I mean? So I don't blame them. That's the first thing to cut out. The car it's probably the credit cards, and then your car. Unfortunately, people need their car to go to work. You can tell how white folk break down. Yeah, I know y'all gonna be like, "Hey, bro, a little racist." White folks said first thing came out his mind, you need your car to take your kids to school. We black folk need their car to go to work. Well, our kids is on this damn school bus, but that's how it go, man. A lot of stuff going on right now, and a lot of people starting to give up on these houses and walk away from it. Let's get into a video where a lady says she walked away from a 5-bedroom house.
Who needs to hear this, but I just moved out of my 5-bedroom house. Okay? And I have been crying for days because I was so disappointed in myself. I felt like a complete failure as a mom, as a daughter, as a sister, because I got this house for my family. It's always been my dream to get my mom a house, to get my sister a house, because my family is small. Me, my sister, my mom. It's always been my dream to be able to do this. And so, even though I was just renting it, it's something about not being able to afford it that just really took the wind out of me. But then the past few days, I've been crying so much, you guys. Like, you guys just don't even know. The past few days, I had to really sit down with myself and sit down with God and really look at all the things that I've accomplished. Like, I started my cleaning business. I quit my job 5 years ago. I started a cleaning business. In my first 2 years, I made $33,000 just off of me cleaning by myself. Okay? By myself. Then I had success on TikTok. I have a community of over 140,000 friends, followers. And I was able to secure almost $146,000 just promoting products on TikTok Shop. So I had to realize that I got it in me. One thing I could do is make some money. One thing I could do is make some money. But I was having a huge pity party because I've just felt like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that I'm in this space in my life. Like I feel like I'm going backwards. But let me tell you, what is having a luxury item, like a house, a car, all these clothes, designer things, when you can't even afford it? I realized what it means to live above and below your means. And I realized when you're going through things, you literally cannot ask God why. You cannot ask him why. Why is this happening to me? It's happening to you because it is. That's why. So it could build your character, make you stronger, help you get prepared for those riches, that real wealth that is on the way. But see, you can't fumble it next time. That's what I had to tell myself. So I'm starting over, friends. I moved back in with my mama. And I ain't mad about it. I mean, I am a little mad about it. I'm not gonna lie, because 2 black ladies in the house, ooh, not good. But I'm here to say this. If you made it to this part of the video, it's okay to start over. It's okay to start over. It is okay to start over. It's okay to not know what you want to do next. It is okay to seriously cry, be upset about your life, just be disappointed in yourself, be frustrated. All those things are okay. But what's not okay is if you stay in that space. You can't stay in that space. You have to get up and keep going. You have to. You got to find it in yourself. So take it from me, okay? I've accomplished so much, but here I am again, starting over. So come on a journey with me, because this is crazy, but we're going to do it again. We're going to make it happen again.
All right, let's get into it. It's okay to start over. It's not okay to keep having to start over because you ain't learning the lesson. I remember I had to start over. I bought a big, beautiful house, 3 stories, 7 bedrooms. Just mind you, at that particular time, it was just me. And I look back on that time in my life where I had to sell my house for less than it was worth to get out of it. Sometimes we buy stuff for other people. We buy stuff to show you, hey, look at me, look what I'm doing. But I had to work so much to maintain it. And it wasn't the payment. It's all the other stuff that come with the house that people don't see or tell you about. You got your garbage, you got your property taxes, you got your trash. I mean, your trash, all the bills, the cable, the internet, the water. There's all the function, the lawn, all the functionality of stuff that you have to maintain and keep. Now, in her case, this lady, she said she quit her job and she was able to make $33,000 in the cleaning service first 2 years. I think you should have she should have built on that. And then she said she made $140,000 or something like that in TikTok shop. You have to, when you making money like that, you got to put that money back because it's going to rain. In any business, I tell anybody who has a business or think about starting a business, it's going to be peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows. You're going to make abundance of money, then you're going to have periods where you ain't making nothing or barely anything. So you need to be able to get through, get through to your employees, make sure they can get by, because at that point when you're business owner, if you have employees, you get to the point where you got employees, you have responsibility. You deep down, you're still responsible for now their household to make sure they eat. So as a head of a business or a leader of a business, you have to be forecasting what's down the road, around the corner and up the hill. You have to constantly be thinking like that in order to maintain your business. A lot of us just get in business to create another job for ourselves. That's not what I would want to do in business, and that's not what a lot of people I talk to want to do in business. We want other people create jobs for other folk, and as we move forward. But in this case here, it's all right to start over, man. So never hold your head low when you got to start over. We all have done it. We all have done it more than once, and probably won't be. You ain't the first, and you damn sure won't be the last person to start over. And it probably ain't the first time any of us had to start over. So with that said, man, let's go to the next one.
I'm literally so fucking fed up living paycheck to paycheck. This has probably been the longest extent of from one paycheck to the longest that I've ever been on. And I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde making it feel longer, but I can't do this shit anymore. Like, I'm to a point where I'm getting so pissed off in between paychecks that I'm like this close to losing my shit. Why is it taking this long for my check to clear? Why are you taking so long to submit my shit to payroll? Why the fuck am I not getting paid a fair rate? Why the fuck is everything so fucking expensive? Why the fuck that I have to pay taxes, and if I don't, I go to jail? But you can literally take my fucking money and put it towards whatever the fuck you want just because you and 15 other fucking sellouts that got bought out by billionaires can just take my shit and tell me, well, sorry, bitch. Go to work. Retire at 66. That's the real age now. I'm just fed the fuck up. I don't know. And that's the crazy thing. Me and all my coworkers were feeling this. I work in the social working, I'm a social worker. And it has probably, gassed me how many people felt the same way and how all of us were literally begging and pleading and talking about how broke we were until we could get to the fucking 30th to get paid. That enrages me so fucking much because I don't have to give you my money. I don't even have to work. I don't have to do any of this. And you keep taking my fucking money and you blowing it off on bullshit, and you don't even give me a chance to breathe. You won't do anything for people like me, but want me to give my life to this shit. Work my life for this shit. Nothing is supposed to be easy in this world, right? That's the phrase. Anything you want, it's worth fighting for, working hard for. But I shouldn't be this exhausted at this age. I'm only 25. The fact that I can't even survive like that in between paychecks has me hot. If I did not have the family that I have, I would be fucking homeless and starved, deplenished. Not doing I couldn't even fathom. And there's more and more homeless people showing up every fucking day. This is not for nothing. Is nobody else fed the fuck up? I don't want to do this anymore. I want to opt out in all ways possible. Give me my motherfucking money back, bitch. I'm not paying for this shit no more. This shit is lame as fuck.
We are in a situation where everything's overexpensive. Wages hadn't caught up. Wages hadn't increased with the economy. People are really hurting out here. Homeless people. People are sleeping in their cars. I did a show where people are sleeping in storage units. But in this case here, at least this young lady have a family. It seemed like she probably still at home with her family. I told my kids don't be in a rush to move out because it is tough out here. And I think when families together, you can build and help them get on their feet. So when they do leave, they have a solid foundation. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of people, man, you go to school, you got these careers, and they ain't paying the wage that it takes to be able to live on your own. I know here in Georgia, they were saying at one point, I was watching the news, they were saying they damn near take $32 an hour to be able to have an apartment by yourself. A lot of people I know don't make $32 an hour. A lot of people I mentor don't even come close to that. So how are they going to live on their own? You know what I mean? So I tell people at this day and age, a lot of people, believe it or not, I know especially my young people want their own little apartment. Like my daughter was saying, but I want my own apartment. I don't want to move in with nobody. I don't want to rent roommate with nobody. I understand that. But you can't afford apartment by yourself and still build a savings because you're one incident from happening and you broke. You one car breakdown and you broke. You know what I mean? Even though I raised my kids to be independent and self-sufficient, but I'm always be there to have their back. But at the same time, I want them to go off and do their thing. But we are in a time where we have to tribe up with one another. We have to, man. Families going to have to move in with families in order to be successful, to get to the next level. I see other nationalities of people doing it, from the Hispanics to the Asians. They move in with each other, man, and then they build generational wealth over time, and then they go buy up multiple houses and strip malls and all kind of stuff. So in order to be successful, we're going to have to do it too. And yes, I feel sorry for old girl because, yes, it is a long period between the paycheck to paycheck, especially when you get paid once a month, man. Those 29 days or 30 days, whatever it is, it seems forever to come. So with that said, man, let's go on to the next one, man, where this one female saying she believes we're being priced out of a lot of things. And I believe so too, man, because you can't afford certain houses no more. You can't afford certain cars with certain incomes. So let's get into it.
We are being priced out of livelihood. As someone living in America right now, I can't help but shape this feeling of hopelessness of the fact that they are trying to push us out. When you take a look at things such as the job market, housing market, the overall economy right now, the average person is literally suffering. We are far beyond telling people that they need to find a new job or they need to make more money, because we have a system right now that is literally fighting tooth and nail to make that not happen. And this extends far beyond it being a recession. We are literally witnessing and living in the change of America. I always say America is a business and it operates itself as a business. It's always going to put profit over people. We are at that point in America, the world in general, where technology has advanced so much that at lower level jobs, you don't even need people for that anymore. Eventually, it's just going to keep moving up the scale where technology is going to take over it all and they're not going to need people for anything. And certain things that you may still need people for, they're making it very hard to obtain those certifications, those degrees, and even a livable wage for housing and overall basic human necessities. We are at the point where if you are not rich, you are not going to be able to survive. I don't think that people truly understand the wealth gap in America and how much these people are hoarding money. These billionaires and these people with all this money, they're literally hoarding wealth. I do want to note that, yes, I know this is the first time that rich people have existed and we have seen the rise of the rich. But if you look in prior years, there would be a time where the rich and people of different classes can coexist. You could still be of the working middle class and still be able to obtain a house, a degree, do what you have to do, basically the basic necessities. We are at that point where the average person cannot do that. I also need for people to understand hard work cannot work you you out of a capitalistic system that is set up for you to stay in a specific position. You can keep the idea of meritocracy all you want in your head. We are being priced out. Now, as the citizens of this society, this proposes a question for us. What?
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, you can't work your way out of this. You either gonna have to get lucky or tribe up, like I just said, move in with other people and try to build wealth that way. I don't care. I did you know what? I'm gonna pull this up because I want to show you. I want to read it to you all. It was somebody that sent it to me. Let's pull this up right fast. Hold on. I thought it was so spot on, man. It was yeah, here you go, right here. It says, if hard work leads to success, the donkey would own the farm. Yeah, because you remember back in the day, the donkey was the one that pulling the plow, and he worked the hardest, while the farmer was just behind him. The donkey would own the farm. It's hard work. So it ain't about hard work no more, man. Either you born in the right family, or you got lucky in life, or you tribing up with each other and y'all got an understanding, or you married and y'all building wealth that way. You ain't finna do this on your own. And yes, you are priced out. We all are priced out. Back in the day, man, you can get a house, a big, beautiful house for about $150,000. You went over to the 200,000, man. You damn near had a mini mansion. $200,000 is give you 4 walls in the front door. Right now, I'm just being honest with you. Nothing really luxury. And I know some people are like, well, I live in a $200,000 house. Well, in my area, $200,000 is not gonna get you anything. You at least got to be 5s and up, 5, 7, so $1 million easily. And I'm just saying in my area now. Hey man, I live in a storage shed, so that's what I live in, a storage shed. I don't know how these people make their money, but I'm just being facetious. But at the same time, man, yes, we are being priced out, man. People can't afford cars. People barely hanging on to their jobs. You see the jobs is laying up because AI is taking over the job market. AI is taking over from the hospitals. AI is taking over content creation. AI is taking over tech. They say in one job at one company in China, they used to have 650 employees. They bought in AI and they cut it down to 60 employees, man. And the production tripled. So AI is killing the workforce right now. So you need to hone on your skills and have your side hustle so you can survive. And I tell people that all the time. You got to have something where you can survive if your job went away completely. You can't get back in the industry. So yes, we are being priced out, and America has stopped paying their bills because they ain't got no money. Nobody got the money right now. Nobody's holding, but the rich, they are hoarding the cash. And turn around, as soon as your house going to foreclosure, they going in here, they're coming up and buying it, pennies on the dollar from the bank. So with that said, man, I'm Avery Yasharel. It is what it is at this point. Tribe up with one another and save your way out of this mess. Until next time, y'all be good. Shalom.